rusty as hell. I don't understand how they think this is going to fly. Yeah, it's right here. I get it. I can actually balance too. something. There's gotta be more to this place. Gotta be something else. There's no way it was just a floor. To come under all the way underwater. There's no way it was just a floor. Jesus, it scared the shit out of me. Oh. One second. Just on the couch here. There's gotta be more than just a floor.
It's going to be a...
Plan working. Plan floated up.
That's tremendous. I'll transmit instructions to the robots to start packing up the plane to bring it back to Nellis.
Robots are... How's that mean? Back here?
I just told you, the robots are going to handle it. They'll break the plane down into pieces and move it up from Colville Bay in one shot. Hey, I'd better get rolling. Jack and I have a lot of work ahead of us.
Hello.
Hello. What you have done for us is a miracle, child. You have fulfilled the only dreams we ever had outside our walls. You are a trusted friend of us all. If there is ever a way for us to help you, child, tell me, and I will make it so. Of course, my child. After all that you have done for us, we would love to help you in the upcoming battle. After all the training in virtual reality, the young ones would relish an opportunity to put their skills to battle. We'll be there when you need us.
No, I didn't want to...
If it isn't our favorite PID.
An entire army of upgraded Securitrons just standing by over at the fort. Pretty neat, huh? Please, go on. Really? Talk about diplomatic skills. I mean, just not getting blown up was a success. Now they'll only blow up the right sorts of people. That's what matters.
That's right.
That's 3 down, 2 to go. Maybe they'll be devoured by giant scorpions. All sorts of things can happen to them out there. That's 4 down, just 1 to go.
Right behind.
Listen very closely and do as I say. Your life depends on it. Hand over everything you're carrying. Weapons, ammo, clothes, armor, everything. I want you stripped down to your underwear. I've told you what to do. Strip off your clothes and equipment or face summary execution. Will you comply? Take it all off and hand it to me. Then come inside and through the door at the rear of the chamber. Paladin Ramos is waiting for you.
How the hell did you get in here? Normally, I would have already shot you, but I'm under orders to bring you to the Elder. Will you come peacefully?
Yes.
Okay.
You mean, how did I get in here?
How did you find us, stranger? And do tell the truth.
This is where the area goes from patrol coming out of here. Oh. Patrol comes.
You took an extreme risk in coming here. My policy towards trespassers has not been lenient. The security of this bunker is my foremost concern, and I take pains to minimize our exposure topside. For this reason, I might be interested in contracting with an outsider who can accomplish certain tasks, some basic, some a bit more involved. An NCR ranger has begun to set up post in one of the other bunkers up top, for example. I want him driven off. Understood? Very well. I'll be interested to see how thoroughly and efficiently you carry out your mission. Paladin Ramos will escort you back to the bunker's entrance and set you loose. Notice that I said loose, not free. You are not free to carry the secret of this bunker's location beyond Hidden Valley, until I'm convinced that you're capable and dependable. To underscore this point, you'll be fitted with an explosive collar. Wander off and it will detonate. Focus on your mission, and you'll be fine.
You'll find your equipment in the chest to your right. Don't bother coming back until you've dealt with the Ranger.
So was it just complete chance that those guys came out and
Thought you'd sneak up on me, you filthy powder ganger?
point that gun at me, I'll stick it up your ass.
Ha! Got some stones on you, son. I like that. What can I do for you? Dobson's my name. I'm an NCR ranger operating out of Camp McCarran north of here. Reading man by birth, though. Well, I thought I might set up a safe house in one of the bunkers here. Between the remote location and the dust storms, I figured it was ideal. Of course, seems a lot less remote since you showed up. Plus, I haven't been able to get my radio working, and a safe house is no good without one. I reckon I'll stick around a while, patrol for troublemakers, see if I can get that radio working. Standard practice. Rangers operate on our own most of the time, and that's how we like it. Usually we call in our positions to McCarran to be relayed to other Rangers, but I can handle myself. I'm sure as hell not gonna lose any sleep on account of a goddamn broken down radio, but it will shorten my stay if I can't fix it.
Seems like a bad location for some
Oh,
house.
and in your expert opinion, why would that be?
Watergate uses this crazy hideout.
You've seen that with your own two eyes? God damn. I knew Cook's gang passed through these parts about that frequently, but I didn't know they holed up here. Be a rude awakening to find 15 of those merciless bastards looking down at me snoozing on my bedroll. Yep, I'd be better off setting up an ambush along one of their routes to catch stragglers. Thanks for the information. You may have saved my life.
Stand back from the door. The Elder's eager to hear your report.
How did you resolve the situation with the Ranger? Gone. Why did he leave? And what makes you think he won't be back? Yes, you exploited his fear of powder gangers very effectively. The collar includes a microphone, you see. Part of the test. He'll keep his distance, setting ambushes, never suspecting that these bunkers house something far more dangerous to him than criminals. Well played. Since you completed your assigned task, I will allow you to come and go from the bunker freely. So let's get that collar off you. There, that's better, I hope. Now that we have that bit of unpleasantness out of the way, there is a matter that I would like to discuss with you. Stop by the command room when you can. Oh, and bear in mind, if you end up betraying us, we will know it, and there will be no mercy.
Your presence here, let's just say it's highly irregular. Outsiders aren't even allowed to know that our bunker's here, let alone come and go freely. You impressed Elder McNamara, obviously. He must believe that you'd be very useful.
Security.
That's right. Nothing gets in or out of here without me knowing it.
So why did I have to deal with that Ranger Thompson?
Normally, that would have fallen under my jurisdiction, but the Elder thought it'd provide a good test for you, so I backed off. Under the lockdown, only essential personnel are permitted to enter or leave. That includes supply runners and high-security patrols. All other personnel are forbidden to leave, and any personnel that were out there when the lockdown was enacted are forbidden from returning. Fine by me.
What I wish to discuss with you can wait for once I get settled in the command post.
In case they see me do it. Sweet. Weekend. Why are you here? Just sleep. Oh, that's close. Classroom.
Hello. Sorry, but I'm a little busy here. If you'll excuse me. Then you bring your second unit up to provide... Hello, outsider.
Hello, you must be the outsider everyone's talking about. I'm Linda Schuller. If you ever need medical attention, this is the place to come. We always make sure to keep an ample supply of Radaway. Most of us haven't had the exposure outsiders like you take for granted. Here. Hello, can I help you? Yes, I handle... Normally I'm this bunker's head scribe and everything but name. I supervise the research teams. But for reasons beyond me, that buffoon Taggart still gets the title. And don't get me started on that little pet of his. Everyone around here knows what's going on there but her.
Why not tell him? Not telling him.
Oh, I tried. The Elder listened patiently to my carefully constructed argument regarding why the buffoon should lose his position. Then he just as patiently explained to me that Taggart's work was vital to our cause, and that he wasn't to be trifled with lesser matters. But vital to our cause? Hardly.
Seems the destruction of the monorail can slow the NCR down much. How many troops do they have?
You must be the stranger I've been hearing about. Sorry, but I'm strictly forbidden from offering our tech to outsiders like yourself. Besides, I'm a little busy right now.
horrifying. My projections are right. Must. I should have myself. There has asked me to provide a list of possible locations for the components needed. Unfortunately, a reconnaissance of the area is lacking due to Elijah's insistence that we will concentrate all efforts on fuse. Gibson and I have managed to retrieve some information from the data store on the sites of potential interest. They're mostly military and industrial locations. Only I Father Elijah, big part. He's the main antagonist of Veronica. If you want to know more about it, this one. We'll meet him. Since we're going Sierra Madre, we are gonna definitely try to pull off the heist. Which I will explain. We are gonna try and pull off the heist.
The bunker takes a little getting used to, doesn't it?
So these ones are all.
Look, this isn't a great time. Oh, what the hell. It's not like we're making any progress. I'm Ibsen, and I hope your day is going better than mine is.
Wrong?
Yeah, I'm in charge of keeping this data system up and running, but accessing it is a little, touch and go at the moment.
Yeah, I noticed. Why's that?
One of our exploratory patrols, back when we had exploratory patrols, found a data disk in some ruins out in the waste. Well, we finally got around to cataloging the damn thing and got shut out of our own data store the second it loaded. Turns out it had a virus on it.
Why aren't there any patrols anymore?
Oh, there are patrols, just not exploratory ones. We've been in a state of lockdown for, well, let's just say it's been a while. The only time anyone gets to go topside is guard duty, or to gather provisions. Other than that, it's steel walls and fluorescent lights for us.
It's horrible.
Nah, it's not so bad. The world outside isn't exactly a paradise, you know? Still, you can only breathe recirculated air for so long. We've got more than a few people in here who are going a little stir-crazy.
What kind of information is in the data store?
Oh, all kinds of things. There was already information regarding the layout and systems of this bunker, but we've since added our own data as well. Prior to the lockdown, we had extensively scouted the surrounding area and compiled dossiers on nearby points of interest.
About that virus.
Yes, did you have an idea that might help us?
Can the virus's file be partitioned so read access is only provided to the kernel administrator?
What? No, that's brilliant. It would let us seal a portion of the virus to a particular terminal, even when the other parts move.
I'll give it a try then.
Best of luck to you. I'll tell the others to take a break so they don't get in your way. Oh, and I'll keep track of when it jumps for you. To maximize your chances, wait for my signal before you begin.
Okay. Sequester.
The virus just jumped. Find which terminals it went to.
working on it.
Looks like Mr. House is out of the picture. One less thing for us.
Damn, it's jumped. I thought we might have had it that time. Did you want to try isolating the virus? All right.
Okay, so it's kind of luck then, isn't it?
The virus just jumped.
I'm not sure if I have to access the...
Find which terminals it went to.
Partition a virus. Check the partition.
10 seconds.
Hello?
It's jumped. I thought we might have had it that time.
Shit's not easy.
Did you want to try isolating the... The virus just jumped.
At least I know what I'm looking for.
Terminals it went to.
We haven't gotten one yet.
Damn, it's jumped. I thought we might have had it that time. Did you want to try isolating the virus? All right. The virus just jumped. Find which terminals it went to. We got it. The virus has been purged. You actually did it. If you don't mind my saying so, I didn't think you had a chance in hell of pulling it off. But I'm glad to be wrong for once. Thank you, my friend. Please feel free to access the data store at your leisure. I'm only allowed to give you access to non-classified topics, but it's better than nothing, right?
How do I get access to more topics?
Well, you'd have to get a senior-level member of the chapter to unlock a topic for you. I've given you access to what I can, but that's not much. The majority of topics fall under Ramos's aegis, since they'd constitute a security risk. Good luck getting anything out of him. You might have better luck with another member of the senior staff. Try talking to them about it.
See you later. Oh, we did that. Good for us.
Yes, what is it?
You are.
Ah, the outsider. I suppose it's too much to ask that jarhead Ramos to keep outsiders away from my research. I am Head Scribe Taggart, and I am much too busy to deal with the likes of you right now.
Oh, it's this guy. What an ass.
Yeah?
It's all the computers.
It's our virtual reality training hall. We don't really go out all that often anymore, so this is how we stay sharp.
You said anymore. You used to go out a lot.
Yeah, a lot more. Back when we were at the Helios station. Oh, crap. I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to talk about that, especially with outsiders. So forget you just heard that, okay?
Shouldn't you be in school or something?
Head Scribe Taggart quickly realized my extraordinary talent when I took the mandatory VR combat testing. Soon after that, he requested that I get transferred to VR specialist training, serving as his assistant. I miss hanging out with the other students all the time, but at least I get to skip all those boring lectures.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, like just about everyone else here, I grew up in the Brotherhood. My father was a scribe and my mother a paladin.
Are your parents here somewhere?
They both died at Helios 1. The others were always like a family to me before that, but afterward they became my family in truth.
So who do you take after, my mother or your father?
I don't know. I'm a little like both of them, I guess. If I had to choose, I really don't know which I'd pick. That's a question I've been asked a lot lately, since it's something I have to decide for myself soon.
What do you mean?
I'm currently an apprentice in the Brotherhood, and recently became eligible for journeyman status. But first, I have to decide which order I want to join. The Knights or the Scribes?
Tell me about the Knights.
Knights are in charge of all of our equipment. Power armor, Gatling lasers, you name it. All of it built and maintained by Knights. Knights also get to go out on patrols, scouting assignments, and support the Paladins in offensive operations. Being a Knight would mean getting to see more of the world, fight the Brotherhood's enemies, and possibly someday become a Paladin like my mother.
Tell me about the Scribes.
The Scribes are responsible for discovering how all the old tech we recover actually works, and sometimes even work on inventing new things. Without them, the Brotherhood could never fulfill its mission. Or at least that's what my dad always used to say.
That's the computer. Self-destruct. Not, that. It's not easy to do that. Check in your pocket. A bunch of, like, cards. Excuse me. Because you need, like, three authorization cards to do it.
The bunker takes a little getting used to, doesn't it?
Jammed minigun. But yes, the Brotherhood of Steel was at Helios 1.
How may I assist you?
They, Father Elijah brought them there because he knew it. He was trying to figure out the weapon. That's at Helios. Never could. But the problem became that the place was not defensible at all.
Hey.
And he was the leader. He was the elder of this chapter. At that point, so they had to follow orders. But the NCR was coming, and he still wouldn't retreat. So then eventually, when the NCR did come, they attacked and drive away. never went out. Like here. Elijah, they're looking over the map.
When you first showed up on our doorstep, I'll admit at first I didn't know what to think. After giving the matter some thought, however, I've decided that an outsider could be of great use to me right now. However, I will not force you to help us. Should you refuse, you will be allowed to leave here. Though no, we will be keeping an eye on you. What do you say, outsider? Are you willing to help us?
Sure.
Then allow me to explain our situation. This bunker is currently locked down, allowing no entry or exit, with you being one of the few exceptions. In exceptional cases, teams are sent out to investigate sites or retrieve materials deemed too important to ignore. 3 such teams have gone missing recently, and the news of their disappearance has not yet been widely spread to avoid undue concern. In order to maintain the peace and adhere to the strictures of the lockdown, I need to send someone else to discover what happened to them.
I think I already found one of your patrols. Both paladins are dead.
While that is disheartening news, there remains hope that the other 2 patrols may still be found alive. I'm glad I can count on you. Oh, and one other thing. The patrols each had a holotape detailing their missions that you can use to track them. The shielding of the bunker prevents us from actively tracking them, but their positions should show up on your map once you get to the surface. Should our worst fears become realized, please bring back all 3 of the holotapes from the patrols. Otherwise, bring our brothers home. I've given the order that you be given access to some of the equipment our scouts and patrols have scavenged over the years. You won't be allowed to purchase any prohibited equipment, but hopefully some of what's available will prove useful to you. Found the missing patrols, or... I can spare a little.
Tell me about the lockdown.
It's a protective measure that was enacted after our defeat at Helios. The NCR was hot on our heels, and we wouldn't have survived another encounter. It was decided that we would stay quiet for a time, heal the wounded, and try to come up with a new strategy. However, after we had fully recuperated, our first scouting measures showed that the NCR's presence in this region had only increased in our absence. There are now more than 5 times the number of NCR troops in the area as when we fought them. And we have half the number we did at Helios. And so the lockdown has been extended. To go outside would be the death of us all.
How do you get supplies?
We have some personnel that are allowed to travel on the surface. They trade for what we need and occasionally drop off what they acquire. We make sure that they only enter or leave the bunker while the sandstorm is active, to avoid detection.
What is with the sandstorm?
That is this base's defensive system. It serves as camouflage and masks all entry and exit from the bunker. We use it to hide our patrols and supply runners, though we still send such out at night to be extra safe.
Sure, boss. You don't let him crawl around in the dirt to keep...
That's a very valuable weapon. I will take it. It's mine now. Last one.
So, you're the outsider that's been given leave to wander around freely. Desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess. Name's Hardin. I'm the head paladin of this chapter, and I think we might be able to help each other out. I don't know what the Elder talked to you about, but I can tell you this chapter is in trouble. And he's at the center of it. Are you willing to listen to what I have to say?
Sure.
As you may have already heard, this entire base is under a state of lockdown. No one goes out except small patrols at night. Most of the chapter has been sealed in here for years. And those few who were outside when the lockdown was initiated are forbidden from returning. Morale has plummeted as time has gone by. And many of our current paladins haven't seen combat outside of training simulations. And all because of the Elder's explicit order that no one be allowed in or out. The only way things will change is if a new Elder is installed.
You tried bringing this up with the Elder yourself?
Of course I have, many times in fact. The Elder has an open-door policy and will listen to advice on any subject save this one. He refuses to see that our isolation is slowly weakening us. Aside from being our duty, going out on missions is what kept us strong. And because he fails to see that, he must be replaced.
And I suppose you nominate yourself.
I would. I'm the senior-most paladin in the chapter, and have more combat experience than any two others here put together. I'd gladly support another candidate, but no one has the courage to step forward and make the attempt, so it falls to me. I would put this chapter back on the right path, if I could just assume leadership.
And how do you propose to do
I don't know. I've gone through our records dozens of times looking for a precedent regarding the dismissal of an Elder and come up with nothing. The people who are most likely to know how it could be done are also some of McNamara's strongest supporters, so they refuse to help me, which is why we're having this conversation. An outsider such as yourself would arouse less suspicion asking questions about such matters. The fact that the Elder has some tasks for you means his faithful won't suspect you, and you have a line open to the man himself. In short, you're in a perfect position to help me. Will you at least think about it?
What do I get out of it?
If I become Elder, the lockdown will be lifted, and we'll once again be able to send patrols out into the wastes. We'll become powerful again. And when that happens, it will be good to have the Brotherhood as an ally. Good enough?
See what I can do.
That'll have to do. I'd recommend going to see Ramos first. As head of security, he's more familiar with our protocols than anyone else here. You could also try to find something relevant in our data store, though last I heard Scribe Ibsen is having a bit of a problem accessing it. And if McNamara should give you any tasks, I'd ask that you kept me abreast of them. Report anything you find to me, and we'll move from there.
So, what do we want to do?
Hey.
What? Shut up. I know what data we're trying to bring this to.
Hello again, my friend.
If the data store is fixed, what do you think of Hardin trying to get back in your dismissed?
I can understand how the man might be frustrated by the current situation. He's a take-charge sort of fellow. Standing around's not his strong suit. I myself often wish we could end this interminable stasis and begin moving forward again. Well, you'd...
So for my Vegas, since I am the one that's taking over,
Hello, outsider.
do I want them bottled up? Or do I want them as an out? I mean, we've got pretty much everybody else as an out. Not a big fan.
don't pay there.
No, they're up to get kicked out.
So you've been talking to Hardin, eh? He's been looking for a way to usurp McNamara ever since the lockdown started. Don't get me wrong, he's a good man. But Elder McNamara has done all right by us. If it weren't for him, none of us would have survived at Helios. I'll tell you what I told Hardin. There have been only a few cases of elders being dismissed from their posts in the Brotherhood's history. And those involve crimes that someone like Elder McNamara is just not capable of. You can look it up for yourself if you want. I'll grant you access to that portion of the history section of our data store. See Senior Scribe Ibsen about accessing it.
Tell me what happened at Helios.
I'm sure someone's told you all this before. Several years back, we were running our chapter out the Helios 1 solar power station. Our elder at the time, Elijah, had some kind of obsession with the place, which is the only reason we stayed as long as we did. That place was hardly defensible, and we knew the NCR was moving in on us, but the elder refused to budge, insisting that he just needed more time. We never found out what he needed time for. Wave upon wave of NCR troopers hit us from all directions. We held out for a time, but we were grossly outnumbered, and they had more men than we had ammo. Eventually, our positions collapsed. Elder Elijah was nowhere to be found, so McNamara took charge and led what remained of us on a counteroffensive west. We lost a lot of men and women, but we broke through and made it here. Make no mistake, McNamara saved this chapter that day.
Who is Elijah?
Who was Elijah, more like? He was our elder before McNamara. Bright guy, but just between you and me, he was a little off. Our mission is to recover and preserve the technology of the past, but Elijah wanted more. He sought ways to improve upon technology, make it better. When we found Helios 1, he was like a kid in a candy store. Kept talking about the potential and a grand design never realized. He even insisted we set up our base there, against the objection of nearly every paladin. What followed is a whole other story.
No, I think we're just gonna stick. Everyone but the head paladin seems to like it, so. So one controls is just right over here. You guys can't get out of your fucking bunker for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I want to target the other scorpion. Get out of there. Get out of there. Central Control, wake the fuck up here. Oh, Nellis, of course. Control that got shelled. Makes sense. Oh, and there's a guy here too. The guy at the on the other side of the. To go see that guy that we made a wager with. We can make our caps back. And nobody will wear the armor, so I guess we have to wear armor. Get out of here. South. Gotta find that guy that told us how to get through here. We had some money to collect. So I think it's here. Might go faster. Just live here. There he is. Buddy, you owe me money.
Jumping Jesus on a pogo stick. You're the first one to make it through alive, let alone manage a return trip.
I believe you said you would double my money.
Yep. Here are your caps.
Make it 700. I'll tell the boomers to adjust their trajectory.
You drive a hard bargain. Here you go. Have a nice day.
I'm a dick. Anyway. Oh, what time is it? I don't want to be on here for like super long right now. I want to go watch the baseball game. Can return this to. Next time we leave the bunker, we'll go home too. This way. Just south.
Found the missing patrols, or was something else on your mind?
Yes, here are the holotapes.
They were all dead then. I suppose I'm not surprised. We have few friends in the world above, and many enemies. But we must turn our minds to other matters. When I sent out those patrols, I also sent 3 knights out on scouting missions. When the patrols failed to return, we assumed the worst, and sent a single communication to the scouts to hold position and maintain radio silence. I want you to contact those scouts and gather their reports. Like the patrols, they have devices on them that will enable you to track them. When you find them, tell them you're my representative and ask them if the bears are still hunting. That should get them to talk to you. Return when you've gathered all of their reports.
Sure thing, buddy.
Looks like Mr. House is out of the picture. One last thing.
Okay, they're gonna save. Says we leave here. I'm gonna call it there for now. Inside this hidden supply cave? I don't know that we did. Check that out. So that's what we'll do. So next time on Fallout New Vegas, we will continue helping out the brother. And, finding some of your scouts. So, as usual, this is John Green.